मनोभिष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुक्तपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकाकंद राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च
जितने और कृष्णा को भी
नानाभ्यो
बहुत लेते तो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वो
नमो
कैसे
जय
और
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So हम लोगों ने 14th chapter from the canto 1 we started last week and we completed up to verse number 5 जहाँ पे कलयुग के सारे चिन्ह दिखने लगे. We could see all the symptoms wherein there was fight between the family, friends started cheating, and everywhere bad things, bad behavior. What we see nowadays in wholesome, that just started. That indication, that itself was an indication of Kali Yuga. And mind you, this is the golden era of Kali Yuga. Mind you, this is not the peak of Kali Yuga. And people are saying we are fed up of Kali Yuga. Arey Baba, bahut zyada ho gaya, this and that. Just imagine what will be the position of Kali Yuga after the end of 10,000 years. This is supposed to be the golden period of Kali Yuga. And after 10,000 years, I mean, we can't imagine how bad it is. What we are seeing is just the trailer of Kali Yuga. It's not Kali Yuga. I can guarantee you that. Okay. Can anyone read 1.14.6? Rajesh, you have the Bhagavatam with you? Please read.
Prabhuji, I'll read, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
14.6.
Yeah, ready? Then read 1.14.6.
The verse, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Yudhishthir.
Maharaj.
No,
Maharaj Yudhishthir said that's it.
Acha. Maharaj Yudhishthir said to his younger brother Bhimsena, I sent Arjuna to Dwarka to meet his friends and to learn from the personality of Godhead Krishna of his program of work.
Next,
Vavi Prabhu.
No.
Since he departed, 7 months have passed, yet he has not returned. I do not know factually how things are going there.
Next.
Is he going to quit his earthly pastimes, as Devarshi Narada indicated? Has that time already arrived?
Next.
From him only, all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and future accommodations in higher planets have become possible. All this is due to his causeless mercy upon us. Just see, oh man.
One more verse. Yeah, one more.
Just see, oh man, with our tiger's strength, how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions, and bodily pains, all very dangerous in themselves, are foreboding danger in the near future by deluding our intelligence.
Take verse number 11 also.
The left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are all quivering again and again. I am having heart palpitations due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings.
One more.
Just see, oh Bhima, how the she-jackal cries at the rising sun and vomits fire, and how the dog barks at me fearlessly.
Yes. So, in these 6 verses, from verse number 6 to 12, you can see that all Yudhishthira Maharaj is describing very nicely how fearful the situation is without God. The only fear what Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying is, has Lord wound up his earthly pastimes and is going back to his dharma, to his place from where he has come. So three things have to be understood here. First, Lord has incarnated on this earth. 2, he is a person. 3, he goes back to his eternal abode. That means he has his own personal abode. And last but not the least, just imagine when Lord was about to leave, this many bad things were happening on this earth. Just imagine how much more things could happen the minute God goes away. But there is one good part of Kali Yuga. Now, we always curse Kali Yuga, we always blame Kali Yuga, but Kali Yuga has a very good advantage also. And the advantage is nothing else but, can anyone tell me the Kali Yuga advantage of Kali Yuga? I have already told n number of times. Let me see who remembers.
गुरुजी भक्ति करने में
chant.
Okay, Rajesh, what is it?
Prabhuji, if you want to go back to Godhead, we just have to do chanting.
Yes.
I mean,
devotion is very, very easy. Devotion is the easiest process by which one can fight the symptoms of Kali Yuga. Now, how do you fight the symptoms of Kali Yuga? Now we all chant. What radical? There is Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik. Place to chali raha hai. Then Janma Mruti Jara Vyadi. What to talk about us? Even Parikshit Maharaj had to die after 7 days of Bhagavad Saptah. That to Sukadeva Goswami speaking. Then also he had to die. Then what is the use of listening to Katha and listening to Lord's Leelas and all that? What's the big benefit? जब मरना ही है, जब तकलीफ उठाना ही है, दर्द उठाना ही है, what's the big deal? Tell me. So Parikshit Maharaj heard 7 days Bhagavad. In the end, did he live or did he die? He died. Same Takshak Nag came and bit him and he died. So what is the big benefit of this much of hard work, of chanting daily, trying to read, be in satsang, so many things? How can we fight it out? What is the big benefit? Yes, anybody?
Prabhuji, basically this will help us to come out of the birth and death cycle.
It will help us to come out of the cycle of birth and death. Okay, but in case of Parikshit Maharaj, end mein mara to sahi wo. So how do we understand that? He also died, right?
Yes, correct.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
Yeah.
हाँ प्रभु जी, मृत्यु का जो डर से बच जाएगा.
The fear of death will be removed. See, the fear, we live in fear. A normal person always lives in fear. And what about a person who is in knowledge, who is doing devotion? He knows जो हो रहा है प्रभु की इच्छा. एक तरफ हम कहते हैं कि भगवान की इच्छा के बगैर एक पत्ता भी हिल नहीं सकता. Nothing can happen without Lord's will. And many times if something happens, we say it is because of me. मैंने किया, मेरे वजह से हुआ. आपके वजह से कुछ नहीं हो सकता और कुछ होने वाला भी नहीं. Don't think you are the doer of anything. The day you think you are the doer, what does Lord saying in the Bhagavad Gita? प्रकृति क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माशि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ता हम इति मान्यते. अगर आप सोच रहे हो मैंने किया है, if you feel you are the cause of anything, please understand you are a big fool. You are having too much of ahankar, ego. You are the doer. You are not the doer. The best part of God is He is the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karanam. We start with Brahma Samhita, right? Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. तो हर कोई चीज हो रहा है तो उसके कारण हो रहा है, और उसके कारण हुआ तो अगर आपके साथ बुरा हुआ तो उसका कारण हुआ है. He is allowing your karmas to get exhausted in that manner. Please understand it. He is allowing your karmas to, even your karmas will work only when he wishes. That is why Lord says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishami Ma Suchaha. तो मेरे शरण में आ जाओ, मैं तुम्हारा सारा पाप मोक्ष कर दूंगा, यानी कि तो पाप से छुड़ा दूंगा. What does this mean? This clearly says that Lord is in charge of everything. तो ये दिमाग से निकाल देना कि we are not the doers in any way. We are also equally helpless as God, as other human beings are. God is only in control of everything. We are helpless. We only consider ourselves as powerful, as yeah, मेरा उतना पहचान है, मैं कर सकता हूँ, वो कर सकता हूँ. But actually we cannot do anything. We are fit for nothing. So looking at all the symptoms, the dogs are barking furiously at me, the jackals are crying, and at the rising sun and vomiting fire, chillare, all these are bad omens. But there is one beautiful shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how many of you all have ever heard of this shloka, where Shubh, Ashubh, anything happens, Lord says, for a devotee, he is not bothered. Anything Shubh is happening, then also is not. The आसक्ति छोड़ना बहुत बड़ी बात. That day in Ramayana class, I was discussing that there was the topic about heaven and hell. And you go to, I mean, I didn't take it in deep, but planning to take it deep in a deeper way in the next class. But when you go to Prahlad Maharaj's story, that Prahlad Maharaj is consoling Lord or easing Lord. मतलब गुस्से मत रहना, ठंडे हो जाओ. Very angry, please cool down. So he cools down Lord, and Lord gets cooled down by his prayers. And it is said, when you do devotion, the best part is when some of your ancestors, whether they are in heaven or hell, they are very happy. Even one who is in heaven is very happy. One who is in hell is also very happy. Why? अरे घर में खानदान में कोई तो है जो भगत बन रहा है, और वो भगत बनेगा तो नरसिंहदेव ने प्रहलाद महाराज को क्या प्रॉमिस किया था? Nrsimhadev has promised Prahlad Maharaj, right? 21 generations will be liberated. 21 generations will be liberated. That means हमारा घर में अगर कोई भी भक्त बना, हमारा चांस है हमारा भी लिबरेशन होने. So you all are doing a great thing by becoming devotees. By becoming devotees, you are not only saving yourselves, you are saving all your past and would be ancestors also. जो आपके कुल में आगे जन्म लेने वाले हैं, उनका भी भला करते हैं. And for a devotee, शुभ अशुभ परित्यागी, he is not bothered. शुभ रहेगा तो भी चलेगा, अशुभ है तो भी चलेगा. So one should not get carried away with the effects of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga will have its own pace, but you are in a safe boat of the holy name. Lord's holy name is going to protect you. Lord's devotion service is going to protect you. This following of Ekadashi is going to protect you. You may apparently feel, what a fool I am. The whole world is eating. Saturday night fever, everyone is enjoying eating their favorite food stuff. और मैं यहाँ भूखा बैठा हूँ, या eating something not very tasty. If you are young enough, please do it nirjala. If you are old, okay, do it with jala, do it with fruits, do it with eating some sabudana, this and that, fine. But please refrain from anna, because that is where Papa is residing. And we are already in a world of Papa. We don't need more Papas. More sins we don't want. So last but not the least, when, okay, tell me, there's one claw in heaven, you know that? If someone is enjoying in heaven and उसका कोई पुत्र and heaven में enjoy कर रहा है, मतलब उसने कुछ पुण्य किया है, that is why he is enjoying in heaven, right? तो उसका कोई पुत्र या परपोता is not doing devotional service, उसका क्या होगा? Do you have any idea? Is not doing bhakti or doing sinful activities, meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex and gambling, उसका क्या होगा? He's in heaven, huh? Not in hell, mind you. Then what will happen? Come on, tell me. What are possibilities? According to you, क्या possibilities?
Prabhuji will come back again. Take
Will
like
come back, okay?
Yeah.
In heaven, he is enjoying his punya, sir.
But once it is over, he will come
Once
back.
it is over, but you know what happens when someone in your dynasty, in your sing, he does wrong activities. His punyas are reduced. His punyas are reduced. आप बोलेंगे प्रभु जी ये कैसा रूल है? मैं अच्छा जीवन जीता हूं, पुण्य जमा करता हूं और वहां जाके स्वर्ग में जा रहा हूं. And just because my son or my daughter is doing something wrong, why is my punyas getting reduced? How do you justify that? How do you justify that?
ब्लड रिलेशन की वजह से क्या? मतलब
ब्लड
पिंडदान
रिलेशन नहीं. अगर ब्लड रिलेशन होता तो फिर उस हिसाब से हिरण्यकशिपु वाज डायरेक्टली ब्लड रिलेटेड टू हिरण्याक्ष. आई एम सॉरी, प्रहलाद महाराज. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I
Yes,
think
Prabhu.
it was his dharma to
His
ensure that
dharma.
his childrens are on right path.
Okay. But नहीं, I am putting a question is, suppose बंदा बहुत गलत काम कर रहा है और उसके पिताजी या दादाजी are enjoying in Swarga, and it is said their punyas will reduce immediately and they will fall down from that place, from Swarga, might be to the earth. How is this connection? You have earned your punyas. How is it affecting?
Prabhuji, maybe that the descendants are using that money left by वो दादा और पिता का जो पैसा छोड़कर गए हैं,
तो आप लेके भी नहीं जा सकते हैं सर.
हाँ, तो वो बोलते हैं ना कि जब अगर वो उनके पैसे से वो इंद्रिय तृप्ति कर रहा है तो वो उनको इसीलिए उनका पुण्य कम होता है.
नो. लेट्स से आपने कुछ छोड़ के ही नहीं गए तो I am putting the other postulate. Suppose you have not left anything for him, but still he has earned money and he is using it for wrong activities. Then
प्रभु जी, या तो ऐसे हो सकता है कि जैसे पुण्य की वजह से अगर अच्छे काम कर रहा है तो वो लोग को 21 जनरेशन का जो मिल रहा है वैसे
no,
ही.
you are confused. Where is the question of 21 generation? I am talking of a normal person who has done a lot of punyas. Normal person who has done a lot of punyas. He is in heaven enjoying his punyas, and suddenly his son or grandson starts doing wrong activities, and his punyas get completely exhausted. The reason is nothing else but attachment. If you are attached to that person, then your goods and bads are also attached to that person. Please get this very, very clear and very important. If that is why Lord emphasizes on detachment. छोड़ दो, सब छोड़ दो. Detach yourself. दुनिया से अलग हो जाओ. Detachment doesn't mean like, oh, I don't identify you, I don't identify you. No, that's not a detachment. Detachment means you have to not consider them as a part and parcel. They have to consider, you have to consider them as a part and parcel of God. We are all souls. We are all living beings. And if you leave that attachment, otherwise you will have to pay for their karmic reactions also. This is only subjected to Swarga or Naraka. Please understand, it's very important. So, on a total, Kali Yuga is running at its own pace. Bhaktas are doing their devotion at their own pace. Mind you, Kali Yuga's effect will be there, but it will not deter you from devotion. Tell me, there are so many things going around which are bad. बुरे चीजें हो रही है या बुरा चीजें चल रहे हैं, उसकी वजह से आपका डिवोशन रुकता है या आपके डिवोशन में प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है? अगर है तो मैं सतयुग का एग्जाम्पल देता हूं. जब प्रहलाद महाराज भक्ति कर रहे थे, उसके पिताजी ने उसके सामने कितना प्रॉब्लम्स खड़ा किया. ये सतयुग की बात कर, आई एम नॉट इवन टॉकिंग ऑफ द ऑपोनेंट देता. In Satyug, he wanted to do devotion. That's all. उसने क्या बोला? जय श्री नारायण. And what his father wanted? जय से जय हिरण्यकशिप. बस इतना ही उसका पिताजी का डिमांड था और कुछ नहीं. फिर भी he had to undergo all the tortures. Are you in Kali Yuga undergoing all those tortures? Is someone throwing you from the top of the mountain for doing devotion? But people have a reason not to do devotion. प्रभु जी बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. आज बैंक का काम करना है, आज ऑफिस जाना है, आज बच्चे को लेके बाहर घूमने जाना है, आज ये करना है, वो करना है. So many problems we cry off. That is why Prahlad Maharaj is called Bhaktaraj Shiromani. He is the Shiromani in Bhaktas because in spite of those deadly problems, he could do devotion. He could remember God. अपने को छोटे छोटे प्रॉब्लम आते हैं, बस बहाना ढूंढते हैं. ये कलयुग का सबसे बड़ा ड्रॉबैक है. Even devotees, the little small problem which comes in devotion becomes a reason not to do devotion. How many people agree with this? Right? Am I right or wrong? Rajesh Balsara, do you accept this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because people in general, we have got a reason for not to do devotion. हल्का सा बहाना ढूंढ. रात को बहुत खा लिया, एसिडिटी हो गया, आज तो मुझसे एकादशी होगा ही. तो पहले दिन रात को प्लान कर लेते ना. कोई जबरदस्ती थोड़ी आपको गले में चक्कर के बोला आपको खाना ही है कल चाइनीज मोमोज पाव-भाजी this and that. If you want to do ekadashi tomorrow, you want to follow ekadashi to eat non-acidic things. So we just need reason not to follow it. और ekadashi follow कर लिया ना, we feel we are the supermost devotee in the world. Mind you, ekadashi follow करने से you don't become the supremo of devotion. Please don't be under the depression at all. You are just one in thousands. And that too, apna quality of devotion in Ekadashi is the lowest. You know, my New Year resolution of Ekadashi, I told you, right? इस साल का 2 एकादशी निकल गया वैसे भी. 2 Ekadashis out of 24, 2 are gone already. Just the New Year started and 2 Ekadashis have gone. And every Ekadashi, we should have Hari Katha. That is the reason why every Ekadashi, whether online or offline, we are going to have Hari Katha. Because Ekadashi doesn't mean only abstraining or staying away from Anna. No, that's not just the complete Ekadashi. Ekadashi means one has to chant, sing, do Kirtan and listen to Hari Katha. जब तक ये होगा नहीं, एकादशी पूरा नहीं होगा. एंड कलयुगा में एक दिन एकादशी पालन करना बोला ना, किसी युद्ध से कम नहीं. It is not nowhere less than fighting a war. My God, एकादशी भूखा रहना, my God, no food, no anna. एंड दैट उसी दिन अपना मन भी करेगा, उसी दिन शादी के इनविटेशंस भी आएंगे, उसी दिन आपको ऑफिस पार्टीज भी आएगा, उसी दिन आपका ना कोई फ्रेंड का बर्थडे आएगा, ऑल द थिंग्स which are a challenge for you happen that very day. They don't happen on any other. That is Kali. So please understand, whenever you're getting a stumbling block in your devotional path, attributed to that is Kali Yuga is doing its duty. I have to do my duty. And you have to take example of Prahlad Maharaj. उनका जितना तो मुझे कोई तकलीफ नहीं दे रहा है. Am I someone pushing me from the top of the mountain? Is someone putting me in a pit of snakes? Is someone putting me on fire? Some challenges, mental challenges. And everything is in the mind. Mind you, सब कुछ दिमाग में. And your sincerity always pays back. Now, once I told you a story, but I'll tell you once again. It's my very favorite incident. Now, once in Hodal, Hodal is a place in Chorasipus. ब्रज चौरासी आज भी वहां पे भगवान कृष्ण का, राधा कृष्ण का मूर्ति है. तो वहां पे एक भक्त प्रियादास जी, he is one of the टीकाकार of Bhaktmal. He had gone over there and he was giving katha on Bhaktmal. Bhaktmal means story about all devotees. Amrish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, every devotee's story, old and new, including Tulsidas ji is also. He's called the Mani, head bead of the Mala. So all devotees ka story. And written by Sant Nabadas ji, and he was supposed to be an incarnation of Brahmaji himself. So that this Bhaktamal Katha was going. Good chore, I think. So it was going for a long time. And they were on the Braj Chorasi coast, so they stayed there, and the Katha was going on. And daily, all the sadhus used to come and listen. So 4 thieves also came. 4 chor bhi aaye, and they were also listening to the Katha very nicely. But they were come in the in the disguise of a sadhu. All the 4 used to come and sit. They were waiting for a chance. The day they get a chance, they decided there's an old deity of the Lord over here. Might be this is of gold, because earlier days all deities were made of gold and not copper. So might be this deity is of gold. We will steal the deity and its various other accessories, the thali, katori and all that stuff, banchi and all that. And we'll decamp with it. So it's a win-win situation. Katha bhi sun rahe hain, khana bhi mil raha hai. Aur jab mauka milega, we will do the robbery. So one day, after a few days, one fine evening, these thieves robbed the Lord and the other accessories, and overnight they ran. And somewhere the whole night they ran. Subah 4 baje tak they were running, and morning 4 o'clock they got tired. So they hid the stolen stuff, there is the Lord's deities and other paraphernalia, under the stack of hay. घास के नीचे छुपा दिया, and they went to take rest. नींद आ गई, सो here in the morning, the pujari opened the temple and was shocked to see the deity is gone, the other paraphernalia is gone. He started shouting, Lord has gone, Lord has gone. Bhagwan chale gaye ya chori ho gayi. They're all worried. Priyadas ji became very sad. He said, what is this? Our main purpose of my telling Bhaktamal, it is said that Bhaktamal is very dear to the Lord, because Lord likes to listen to the stories of the devotees. जो भक्त होते हैं, उनका जो जीवन गाथा है, उनका जिस तरीके से उन्होंने भक्ति किया, ये सुनने में भगवान को बड़ा आनंद मिलता है, बाकी लोगों को मिले ना मिले. बाकी लोगों को एक्चुअली प्रेरणा मिलनी चाहिए. They should get some enthusiasm. But Lord enjoys that. And Lord has gone away. How did Lord leave and go? I am very sad. From today, I am not going to speak Bhaktamal at all. मैं Bhaktamal ही बात नहीं करूँगा. I will not speak. And he is a commentator on Bhaktamal. Okay. आज भी आप कभी Bhaktamal लोगे तो प्रियादास जी का टीका मिलेगा. Please mute everyone. So the morning, everyone was sad. They didn't cook any food. बोला हम लोग खाना तो हम लोग के लिए थोड़ी बनाते हैं, भगवान के लिए प्रसाद बनाते हैं, वो हम खाते हैं. We will eat that. We don't want to cook. No one ate, made any cooking or anything. All were sitting, sigh and crying. Lord is gone. And those four, when they were sleeping, early morning, Lord came in the dream of all the four thieves. चारों के नींद में आया और उनको क्या बोला? Lord was very angry. You fools, take me back to where you bought me from. And you idiots, you don't know. First and foremost, my devotees are crying for me. And you have to reach me before 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, the Bhaktamal Katha starts. So before that, if you don't take me back to that temple from where you have stolen me, I'll make you all really cry. तुम लोग का तो हालत बिगाड़ के एक तो two things. One is I am missing my devotees and my devotees are crying for me. And two, I don't want to miss the katha. This is the difference between us and God. We wait for a reason to bunk the class. We just want a reason to bunk. कैसे क्लास को छोड़े, कैसे क्लास आज न जाए, कारण कुछ ना कुछ ढूंढ ले. आ जाए, अगला शनिवार तो है, प्रभु जी भी है, क्लास भी है, अगला शनिवार बैठूं, क्या फर्क. But see the difference. Lord is so particular. He is so particular because his devotees are particular. Immediately, all the four got up. They said, hey, I got this dream. He said, yes, I also got the dream. And Lord was very angry. And he was so angry on me that anyway he is going to throw me, really going to create a bad time for us. Immediately, Lord said that the devotee said, okay, fine, we will go. And the thief said, okay, fine, we will carry the whole lot from there, the whole paraphernalia and Lord and the deities and everything, and we will take them to the temple. But this time they had a different change attitude. They said, we will carry it on a palanquin. Lord is very angry. And so nice that Lord has interacted with us. So great. We are so sinners and Lord has still interacted. Just made us, warned us. He didn't do anything bad to us. Immediately they made a nice palanquin and took Lord along with his paraphernalia and reached that place by 3 o'clock. I'm not telling the story of some Satyuga or Treta Yuga. This is of Kali Yuga, a few hundred years before story. We are very much, it has happened after the advent of Kali Yuga. So don't think in Kali Yuga God or God's effect is not there. God is very much there in this every atom of the universe. विष्णु, विश्व के हर अणु में विष्णु है, हर एक एक कण में है. God is very much there. Immediately when they reached over there, all the devotees brightened up. They immediately put the Lord inside the altar and prepared a nice feast for him, and that day the class started. As at and dot time 4 o'clock, the class started. And those thieves came and surrendered and said, yes, we had stolen it, but now we have, our heart and mind has changed. Please accept us now as real sadhus. We had come here as in the disguise of a sadhu, but we were thieves that time. But now we want to become real sadhu. अब हमको असली साधु बनना, हमको अब नकली साधु नहीं. So this is the benefit. In Kali Yuga, Lord is very much interacting with his devotees. Only what is missing is our conviction, our love, and our sincerity towards our devotion. Please, one doesn't increase his sincerity, his devotion, he will never be able to live happily in this world. Already Lord has declared in Dwapar Yuga itself, this is Dukhalayam. And still in Kali Yuga, Dukhalayam is still more advanced. How do you think you can survive? Only two things can save you: pure devotion and pure devotees. दो चीज. एक बार वृंदावन के एक साधु थे. That's nice, pure devotee of the Lord. Daily used to come to Vrindavan to the Yamuna, bank of Yamuna, to take his bath. So one day, a ghost came. The ghost came and told him, "Sir, I am a ghost." I said, "Oh, you're a ghost. So what do you want from me? Why you come here?" No, actually, what happened was before a few years before, there was a big flood. बड़ा बाढ़ हुआ था. पूरा गांव डूब गया उसमें और सारे के सारे मर गए गांव वाले. And the entire village become ghost. And we all stay on the other side of Yamuna. Okay, so what do you want from me? He asked. He said, the only thing I am asking from you is, the day you died, we request you to inform your students, your chelas, that your body should be burnt on the other side of Yamuna and not on this side of Yamuna. Because you are such a pure devotee. Even if your body is burnt there, we will all get liberated. Mind you, ghosts in Vrindavan. So don't think, cannot happen. हम में भी होता है ghost, but they are waiting for a chance to get liberated in the hands of a pure devotee. He said, okay. Then when he started growing old, after a few years, he told his students, please, if I die, please burn my body on the other side of the Yamuna. After a few years, again, he died. So these students took him over there, burnt him over there. And as soon as they lighted the fire, they could see divine, glowing, what do you say, souls going towards the spiritual way. No, सब जगह से दिव्य ज्योति कहाँ से कभी no someone on the top of a tree, somewhere from the corner, somewhere from the haystack. So the ghosts were all staying on all those places. They all started. But the best part of the joke, the best part of the story was, after this incident happened, after a few days, his senior student was sitting in the ashram, and one ghost came. And the ghost came and told, sir, you have done a very nice job. You have liberated all my fellow ghosts by burning your Guruji's body over there. But मेरा एक छोटा सा request है आपसे. Yes, what is the request? My request is, I did not get liberated. Why? What happened? Why you didn't get liberated? All your fellow men got liberated. No, actually, I had gone out for a vacation. The ghost also go for it. So this is also warning to everyone. Huh? Don't bunk classes. Which class will be beneficial to you for your liberation? You don't know. You all get chance bunk classes. Don't do that. Spiritual satsang should never be bunked. Material satsang can be bunked, but we are more particular on material satsang. And what is material satsang? Kitty parties, night outs, taking your family members, friends on the very evening when the satsang is there, going out for a outing. You have got 7 days in a week. Katha is there only one evening. So you can skip that only one evening and go out on any other evening. So नहीं तो आपका कहानी और उस भूत की कहानी में ज्यादा अंतर नहीं रहेगा, guarantee. So he said, okay, now what do I do? My Guruji has already died. I have already burnt. No, you don't have to do anything. You just get 1 or 2 pieces of 2 logs of wood and put it in that very place where the ash is lying. ये जलने के बाद जो राख बचा है उधर आप 2 पीस लकड़े के रख दो और उसको जला दो. By that fumes, I will get liquid. So what is the crux of the story? I mean, not bunking is one important crux, but the more important crux is pure devotee and devotion can provide liberation even in the toughest of times, even in this Kali Yuga. In fact, this Kali Yuga is a time which even Devatas are waiting for, because Life is short. You don't have to live for 10,000 years or 1,000 years. Shortest time in the span of 70 years or 60 years, 70 or 80 years, you can get liberated just by following few rules, following the 4 regulative principles, chanting the holy name of the Lord, and doing some devotion. And devotion कुछ खास नहीं है. Srila Prabhupada has made it very easy. क्या करना है? 4 नियमों का पालन कर. भगवान को भोग धराना है, भगवान का नाम जपना है और सत्संग अटेंड. वेरी सिंपल. इससे इतना सिंपल प्रोसेस कोई भी युग में नहीं मिला रे. Yes, if you are born in Satyuga, you would have to go to the forest, sit in meditation for 60,000 years, and then one Menaka will come and break your tapasya. So difficult. And then Dwapar Yuga, you have to do big yagyas, which will cost you a lot of money, havans and yagyas. And Dwapar Yuga, in Dwapar Yuga, you would have to go for do temple worship. You would have to go to build long big temples, go and do proper worship. Thoda bhi gadbad ho gaya to bhi problem. But best is Kali Yuga. Little cleanliness, little of it, because as it is, there is no cleanliness in Kali Yuga. Your body may be cleansed with the best soaps available, but your mind cannot be cleansed by any soap available. It can be cleansed only and only by devotional service. And Lord wants only our mind. Lord wants us to focus our mind. So all these symptoms, what we were just going through, was not anything different to what it is today. In fact, today it is still lesser. And you have to thank God that we are born in India. A place, people may go, I know many people, I'm being a South Indian myself, I know people only give birth to children to send them abroad, especially to US. There is one Balaji, in Andhra Pradesh, Visa Balaji. I don't know how many of you have heard about it. Visa चाहिए ना, वो बालाजी को pray करो, visa मिल जाएगा. What is the purpose of producing a child? रामचंद्र जी को वनवास भेजना पड़ा दशरथ महाराज को, मजबूरी थी. यहाँ पे मजबूरी नहीं, खुशी खुशी भेजते हैं बच्चे को वनवास में, जाओ अब्रॉड जाओ. At -20 degrees they have to work, -10 degrees and 20 degrees, and staying in a no man's land just for a few dollars. And what do you think? You can make radical change. You cannot get more than what your karmas has in store for you, and the karmas is nothing but what you have earned by your past activities, by your past actions. लोग आज ब्राह्मण को दान नहीं देते, मंदिर में दान नहीं देते, and they expect the next birth they are going to be born as Elon Musk. No, unless and until one doesn't do dan, tap, yagya in this birth, there are only two options. You get liberated, fine. But what if you don't get liberated and you get birth again and you have never done any dan, any tapa, any yagya? Then you are in a very, very pathetic situation where you have to run for every morsel of your bread. We see people, traveling from one part of the city to the other part of the city throughout the year just for getting a meager salary. They really have a very tough time. But for a devotee, that becomes very easy. Because Lord says, no, he surrendered to me. So I have to provide him something. The Lord always provides his devotees very nice things. The best part is, आप कितना भी चोरी कर लो, कितना भी कुछ भी कर लो, भगवान से बेहतर नहीं हो सकता. You can never overtake God. God is already doing good things with you. You may feed a couple of poor people or couple of animals, but Lord is feeding and running this entire universe by his one splendor. Lord says this. One splendor of mine, this entire universe is being controlled. बाकी सब तो मेरा in store है, कभी यूज ही नहीं. Yes, request someone else would read the next verse. Rajesh, please read the next verse, verse number 12.
Just see, O Bhima, how the she-jackal cries at the rising sun and vomits fire, and how the dog barks at me fearlessly.
Next.
O Bhima-sen, tiger amongst the man, now useful animal like cows are passing me on my left side, and lower animals like asses are circumambulating me. My horses appear to weep upon seeing me.
Next.
Just see, this pigeon is like a messenger of death. The shrieks of the owl and their rival crows make my heart tremble. It appears that they want to make a void of the whole universe.
See, first and foremost, let's understand we are seeing, array, these animals are making shrieking noise and sing. In these yonis, though they cannot do devotion, they are aware of some supreme power. They are aware of the mistakes what they have done. And then they realize, yes, we have missed an opportunity. For all the mistakes what they have done. I'll tell you one small story. एक बार गांव के गुरुजी थे, so he had one servant who was taking care of his cows and his cow shed and everything. Suddenly he passed away, and after a few years, one fine evening, he saw him appear in front of him. He said, "Hey, you already died, no? So many years." "Yes, yes, I died. Now I have become a Yamaduta." "Become a Yamaduta?" "Yes." "Then why you come here?" "I don't believe you have become a Yamaduta." "No, no, I have become a Yamaduta. Now I come to take the lives of people." ये आपके आपका घर छोड़ के 4 घर आगे है ना, वो फलाना फलाना पंडित जी है ना, उनका प्राण लेने आया हूँ. I've come to take his life. तो इतने में दिस पंडित जी आस, अरे दिस गुरु जी आस, अरे why you taking? He is hale and hearty. अभी तो जाके उसने मेरे पास आया था, अपना बेटे के शादी का मुहूर्त निकालने आया था. How you are saying he is going to die? He is so fit. No, no, no. We only come to take the thing. We just give some bahana. एक छोटा सा हल्का सा कारण दे देते हैं. Well, what is that? Now in 5 minutes he will get a stomach ache. Now I have come here because I have come 2-3 minutes early. So I said, let me, I have my respect to you. I was working under you and you are such a nice gentleman. So I come to visit you. That's all. Now in 2-3 minutes I will go there. He will get a stomach ache now. Suddenly a big stomach ache. And then he will shout, hi, hi, mera pet dukh raha, and that will become a reason, and he will die, and I will take his soul. Very nice. Then he said, okay, fine. Oh, then he said, oh, it's time. I have to leave. I said, okay, जब भी आओ मुझे मिलके जाओ. Hi, hello, करके जाओ. So, so he used to come whenever he used to come in that area, and he was for 2-3 minutes. He used to come, praise respects to his Guruji, and so one day he asked you, tell me one thing. How did you become a Yamaduta? What made you a Yamaduta? The permanent. No, people love to become jailers and work in jail as authorities and this and that. So it's like that, Jail. Yamaduta, how you became? No, I'll tell you one story. I'll tell you the secret behind it. He said, it is said, जब 100 जन्म तक आपको चांस दिया जाता है, and in every human birth, you do activities which takes you only to hell. Human activities, you can do activities which will take you to heaven. It may so happen after you go to hell, you may go to the 84 lakh yoni, 64 lakh species, and then again go back to a human life. God will give you a human life, but there again you miss the chance and you do bad activities. You have to go to hell. So, and when Yamaraj sees you coming very often and often, regular. So like, someone goes to the income tax office very regularly. थोड़ा दिन में he starts knowing the officer, he starts knowing the procedure, कौन सा form भरना है, कौन सा इसके लिए कौन सा form भरना है. Most of those RTO consultants and all, they are not educated. बट सिंस उन्होंने धक्का खा खा के दे लर्न एवरीथिंग। बोला कि अगर मैं 100 जन्म तक आते रहा तो यमदूत बोला आपको तो रूल्स भी मालूम है, किसको कढ़ाई में डालना है, किसी को काटना है, किसको जलाना है, यू नो ऑल द रूल्स, यू बिकम यमदूत only. So last time when I died, they made me Yamadut. How many feel Yamadut life is nice life? How many of you feel? Does anyone feel to become a Yamadut is good? You don't have to go to hell, huh? Mind you. Do you feel? No, it's most painful. Because always person who is undergoing the torture, you are also going a partial torture by staying with him in him. So bottom line is, please do your devotion sincerely. Don't lose this chance. और 100 का तो चांस ही मत लेना। अगर 100 जन्म लेके आपको वापस, प्लीज म्यूट, आपका 100 जन्म लेने के बाद वापस आप बने भूत, भागवत सॉरी वापस बने आप नरकवासी, तो कहीं कहीं वही नौकरी लग गई तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाए ना। जेल में जाना आना, जेल में जाना आना, रहना खाना पीना सब जेल में, वेरी डेंजरस सिचुएशन। सो यूज दिस ह्यूमन बर्थ, दिस ह्यूमन लाइफ टू गेट आउट ऑफ द साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड डेथ। डोंट थिंक नरक जाऊंगा, थोड़ा कौवे थोड़ा तलूंगा, कोई तो मुझे तलेगा, वापस में आके या मजा करूंगा। डोंट बी अंडर द इम्प्रेशन। So when all these beings are already giving intimation of how bad omens are being indicated that Lord is going to go away from this universe, Yudhishthira Maharaj was also fearing, because he was very much attached to God. Our attachment to other things in this world is by default. We don't have to teach anyone to get attached to the material world. We all have got by default material attachment. मेरी गाड़ी, मेरा घर, मेरा संपत्ति, मेरा पैसा, मेरी सोच, यहाँ तक कि सोच के साथ भी हमारी आसक्ति। But that's why we want to get things done as per our wishes. But what is the actual attachment we should have? We should attach ourselves with God. And when he sees these bad omens, he doesn't see it from his perspective. He is only afraid that he will get detached from God. And God is so dear to a devotee. None of these symptoms were experienced by any wicked people. But a devotee, always remember, for a devotee, anything which is going to separate him from God or going to be detrimental for him in his devotion is always a dangerous omen, and one should fear it. Okay, this I would like to close today's session. Anybody's got any doubts, questions, can ask. You can stop the YouTube